Hey guys, I'm back. This is another live world reading, and the state that I will be tapping into on a psychic level will be Atlanta, Georgia. I will be tapping into Georgia's energy to see what is going on in the state of Georgia and in the city of Atlanta specifically. Wow, already I'm getting shit. Okay, if they haven't already done so in Georgia city, they're enforcing the mask again. Why do you want the people, why do you want the state of Georgia and the city of Atlanta to wear masks? Okay, unfortunately, guys, in Atlanta, the state of Georgia, they're basically enforcing the mask again because of a certain cough that they're looking for. Wow, this is so weird. Okay, there's gonna be people in Atlanta, Georgia, and their cough will let the government and the people who work for the government know what type of sickness they have. This is definitely not no coronavirus. This is not no COVID-19. Like, this is some other shit. Like, I'm literally, wow. Pictures of germs are popping up in my head. Like, it's a certain foreign germ that's gonna make people's, it's gonna fuck with people's throat, making them sound and cough different. And it's gonna, it almost sound like that these people sound like when you get that hole in your neck too much. People are gonna sound like that because that's what this type of sickness, that it affects your throat chakra. It affects your throat. And it's gonna make people sound different even after. It's not saying anything about, it's not showing anything about people recovering completely from this sickness. But it's definitely affecting people's throat, and it's gonna make them sound different. Like, they're gonna sound like, hey, how are you? How was your day? Like, most of the people who are gonna suffer from this sickness, it's gonna affect their throat, and it's gonna make them all sound the same, but the only difference would be the tone of their voice. So if you have a high-pitched voice, you're still gonna make the same sound, like how are you? How are you? Or if you have a low-pitched voice, how are you? How are you? And I'm sorry that this sounds like I'm fucking joking around, but I'm just giving examples as to why in Atlanta, Georgia, they're gonna start enforcing people to wear masks again. And it's something to do with the throat. Okay, how did this sickness come about in Atlanta, Georgia? being shown and told that this disease been out. Okay, I'm being shown that this sickness has been out since around 1989, going into the 1990s, where it affects people's esophagus. And they're about to enforce the mask again in Atlanta, Georgia. It also makes people's throat burn. Okay, this is definitely going to cause an uproar between men and women in Atlanta, Georgia, because there's a lot of men and women who are going to be going back and forth, and it's going to deal with sex. Wow, what the fuck? Is this a sexual transmitted disease? Because a lot of, and what I'm seeing is a lot of men are going to be talking shit about women in Atlanta, Georgia, saying, oh, we can't kiss these hoes. We can't even kiss these hoes no more, because they fuck up our esophagus. Damn, that's fucked up. Damn. Okay, so whatever fucking disease this is, y'all, it's all propaganda. It's all an agenda. They want it to seem like men and they want it to seem like women in Atlanta is causing this disease. They want it to seem like it's black women, to be exact. But it's not even black women. It's some type of new fucking cold they got out, that they put out. And they gotta blame it on somebody by saying it's a particular race that people can kind of blame for, you know, holding diseases. Wow, this is really fucked up, y'all. Okay, this is the end of this reading. This is a live world reading for Atlanta, Georgia, the state of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, and they're basically gonna blame black women for this disease that's going on with people's esophagus, and there's gonna be people, and there is people actually who are making fun of black women in Atlanta, saying that, damn, we can't even kiss these hoes no more because they fuck around and fuck up your throat and have your throat burning and shit. When in reality, that was a disease put out for the government to enforce laws that pertain, sexual transmitted diseases. But it's almost like it mainly targets the throat. What I'm seeing is that more than likely it's a cold, but with this cold, it almost permanently damages people's throat. Like, this some real fucked up shit, y'all. Like, literally in Atlanta, Georgia, this is a live reading for Atlanta, Georgia, and it's almost like they're enforcing the mask again. They're making people wear masks again in Atlanta, Georgia. That's what I'm channeling in, because they're trying to find a certain cough that people have, and that cough then leads to people's voice sounding different. But they're blaming it on, of course, color, black women in Atlanta, Georgia. And they're having men and women fight back and forth about who's disease infected. Wow, this is fucked up. Okay, y'all, that's the end of this reading. But just understand that this is a channel that I'm receiving for the whole state of Georgia, in the city of Atlanta, where this particular sickness will start or has started. And it messes with people's throat specifically. And they're gonna poke fun of it. They're gonna poke fun at it, and they're gonna say that you can't even kiss black women no more in Atlanta, Georgia, because they'll fuck up your throat and have you sounding like you smoking cigarettes for the rest of your life. And it's not a sexual transmitted disease, guys. I do want you to know that. It's a certain variant of a cold. And they'll be able to detect this cold by the sound of someone's cough. It's almost like it'll fuck you up so bad in your esophagus to the point where you'll start sounding different as well. Anybody that has a voice, of course, it's almost like they won't be able to get rid of this fucking sound in their throat. Well, not necessarily sound. They won't be able to get rid of how their throat feels. And it's almost like a burning sensation in their throat. Okay, that's the end of this reading, y'all. This shit is fucked up.